I have something in this box that continues to give adults nightmares. That's right, nightmares. Even the thought of it can be a source of anxiety for them. As I'm talking about, even the thought of holding one of these in my hand again, well, it causes shivers to run up and down my spine. Because if you didn't get it quite right, you'd have to start over again and again. But not only that, you were under a time limit. You had a certain amount of time to get it open before a bell would ring as a signal of your doom. I must speak the magic numbers in the correct order. 15, 22, 12, 27, 11, 32. Well, let's see if it's right. Oh, here it comes. Oh, this thing is so scary. So for those of you who are wondering what this is, it's a master lock combination lock. It's been plaguing students for years. While it's been 29 years since I've opened one of these, I still remember the combination for my high school locker and gym locker. Now, if the numbers that I just said over the box are the winning numbers or lucky numbers for a jackpot, all I ask that you please remember to give the church a tithe. Okay, got that out of the way. In our reading for today, we heard how after Jesus had died, that the disciples were huddled together in a room, and they had locked the doors because they were afraid. But all of a sudden, Jesus appeared in the room, showing them that he had risen from the grave. It's exactly what we just celebrated this Easter. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. And there are just a few things that I want you to hold on to today that we could be our lesson for today. The first is that Jesus was with them when they were afraid. And he speaks a word of comfort to their hearts and says, "Peace be with you." And Jesus speaks those same words to us when we are afraid. So even when we may feel alone, Jesus is always with us and speaks that word of peace. The second thing to hold on to is that the same lock that kept others out, well, really also kept them in. It kept them from experiencing the life God had intended for them. And sometimes because of our fear or uncertainty, we may feel more comfortable staying where we are, but sometimes God calls us to step out in faith and to follow. But here's the deal. We never go alone. Because just as Jesus breathed on the disciples and gave them the gift of Holy Spirit, God's very presence in them, the same Spirit of God lives in you and me and strengthens us. So that's the third reminder. Which brings us to the fourth thing. You see, Jesus also said to them, if you forgive the sins of any, they are forgiven them. If you retain the sins of any, they are retained. You see, we are called to speak and offer a word of forgiveness to others. But sometimes we hold on to things, and sometimes we lock things away that should be let go of. It could be a pain, a hurt, a frustration, and instead of finding healing, we hold on to those things, and not only brings pain to our hearts, but keeps others from finding forgiveness for their own hearts and lives. So first thing to remember, God speaks peace and is with us in a time of fear. God also sends us out to serve and to share the good news, and he doesn't send us alone. He fills us with the Holy Spirit. And lastly, we get to share and experience that gift of forgiveness. So let's try to unlock some of those things, shall we? Let's see here. Oh, man. Let's try that again. Got it.